Hey everyone, as you can see, it is a beautiful sunny day today. After all of the rain that we've been having and the cold temperatures, today actually feels really, really good. The high today is supposed to be around 52 and sunny. So I plan to get some work done out here in this garden. So right now I'm going to get the rabbits situated and taken care of, and then I'm going to start on a compost for the greenhouse, because that's how I plan to keep the greenhouse warm throughout the winter. So let me get these rabbits situated and then I'll show you guys what I got going on. I think because it's going to be such a great day today, I'm going to tractor them today. They haven't been out in a few days, and I'm still just with the one cage. I got the black, cage that I brought them home in initially, but they just take turns, and I'm going to put them out today while I'm outside working. I'll have them out and they can graze on some grass for a change, because they haven't been out in a while. So Penelope has been getting better at hopping in the cage. I have stopped trying to pick them up and like grab them and put them in the cage. I basically just put the cage up to their cage and then they just hop right in. So I just figure it's better for them, less stressful for them, for me, to have to try to grab them. And I just like to do it that way, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to get, what I do is I get whoever gets out first, I put them out and then I clean their cage. And then when I put the other one out, I clean their cage. So they get a thorough cleaning every time they leave their cage. And every morning, pretty much, when I come out to feed them, I kind of distract them with some hay, and then I, do some housekeeping. Otherwise, they attack my little brush all the time. I got this little brush here that I use to, to make the manure fall through the bottom. And when I'm doing that, they're like attacking the brush and like biting it and like digging at it, and I don't know if they're playing with it or if they're like really like, get out of my cage. So anyhow, I'm gonna get one of these guys out of here, and then we'll start on the cleaning the cage, and then I'll start on that wood chip pile. So let me just show you guys Duncan's cage. All right, so I put this crate in here because he was pooping in his cubby that I got him. Like, she has one, and she takes care of hers, and she keeps hers nice and clean, and she doesn't poop inside of it. She poops outside of it. So he does not. He is very messy. He poops everywhere. He does not designate one place to poop in. Look at him. He poops inside the hay basket. He poops over here. This is usually on top of the crate so that he has some so that he doesn't have to be on top of the crate. Come on, Duncan. Good boy. So yeah, that usually goes up there, but he tears it up. He's got poop everywhere, here, there. He poops inside the cubby, over there. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He just poops everywhere. He doesn't designate one spot to use for the litter. He just goes everywhere. And then sometimes he digs out all his food out of his thing here. He just like digs it all out, and then it's all over here, and then he wastes it. I don't know what he does in here. He just tears his whole space up, and then it's a complete mess in the morning. So Duncan is a mess. Messy Duncan. So his cage is usually a lot. I usually have a lot to clean up. I put some extra hay in here last night because it was going to be 30 degrees. And I can still see my breath right now. So I did add some extra hay so that they would be able to stay warm throughout the night. And I had them nice and covered. But I got to get his water changed and add some more pellets for him. And his place has to be really cleaned up a lot. Now, Penelope, she is different. She's nice and tidy. Well, let me see, because now that I'm talking about it, look at her. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. See, she keeps her cage pretty tidy, and mostly goes right there. I can always count on her to be right there, and that's why I have the bucket directly underneath. I don't know if you guys can see that bucket through there, but I always keep the bucket right there because she uses that spot to go in. And her cubby is usually nice and clean, and she doesn't go in her cubby. She just goes outside of her cubby like she should. But Duncan over here, he's just a hot mess, and he just goes anywhere. So I don't know how I can train him not to go everywhere. I try to clean everything out and then leave a little bit like in the corner to try to encourage him just to go in that corner, but it doesn't work. He just goes everywhere. He just goes everywhere. He doesn't care. Lovey-dovey. So anyway, yeah, Duncan is a hot mess. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So as I am looking at his cage, I am realizing that maybe he's doing things opposite. His little hay bed here, it seems like there's no poop there. So instead of using his cubby to sleep in and stay warm in, and you know, like a normal rabbit would probably do, he uses his cubby to poop in. So that's his litter box, I'm guessing. Instead of using his cubby to sleep in and stay warm and stay protected and whatever, he sleeps outside the cubby, I'm guessing, I don't know. He sleeps outside the cubby and uses his cubby to poop in. Not to mention the hay basket I got over here for them. He poops in that too. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave that, and if he decides to make that his litter box, then I'll be more than happy to oblige. It'll just make things easier for me to clean up. But I'm going to leave his little hay bed there, and I'm going to leave this little bit of poop in there, and then maybe he will use that, you know, instead of trying to poop everywhere else. So now that his space is all cleaned out, see down there I've got the worm bin, and when I'm done cleaning their cages, I'm going to take a look in there, and I'm going to see if my worms are still alive, and then maybe I'll grab a handful and set up a bin in the house. I was watching, and I hope I'm not getting this wrong, but I think her channel's name is Whytedavy, and she does worms, and she just did a video, or maybe, I don't know if it was, I've been binge watching some of her videos, so I don't know if it was a recent video or not, but she set up her like emergency worm bin in the house just in case like she would lose any of her worms. And I was like, wow, that's a brilliant idea, because I want to keep my worms too. So I might go ahead and set up some type of emergency worm bin that I can make sure that I have worms for next, because I want my worms to grow. These are all worms that I got from the compost site. So the compost was full of these worms. So they're obviously composting worms. So I want to make them happy and I want to keep them around. So I think I'm gonna check on my worm bin and see if I can't harvest some of those worms to bring in the house. So I actually put Duncan out first because his cage was just a hot mess. So I wanted to get his cage done. I'm gonna go ahead now and start on the compost bin that I want to put inside of the greenhouse. So I haven't opened the greenhouse probably about 3, maybe even 4 days. Oh, the sun makes such a difference. I was over there in that corner by the rabbits and I was like, man, I'm cold. I thought it was gonna be nice out here. But as soon as I get in the sun, it's just great. It's beautiful. So there's Duncan. And Zeke, my Zekey boy. Where's Duncan? Are you keeping Duncan company? Are you protecting him? There's some dogs in the neighbor's yard over there. I don't know if you can see them, but he just stands over Duncan and then looks at those dogs. So I don't know if he thinks he's protecting Duncan or what. Anyway, we are going to get some work done today. Oh, and I put these windows down a couple of days ago before it got too cold. I put these windows down and I think I'm gonna leave them down like all day today. I also covered all of these, and I didn't cover them thinking that they were gonna, not make it. I didn't cover them with that in mind. What I covered them for is because the seedlings that are in the greenhouse are doing much better, and I think it's because it's warmer in there. So I think with this bit of sun that we're going to have today and leaving the windows on, they might get a little boost of growth and get just a little bit stronger, So I'm going to leave them covered. They're plenty vented. They're not going to die or smother or anything like that. There's plenty of space for the heat to vent. So oh wow, look at this bird feeder. There's ice chips in here. Let me show you this. It's ice. It's frozen. Isn't that crazy? The rabbits' water, though, surprisingly was didn't even look like it was trying to freeze. It was fine, so that I was glad for that. I am probably gonna have to figure out what to put their water in. Those bowls were supposed to be temporary, and I just never got around to changing them. So oh, I had to look and see where Zeke was. Zeke, stay in your yard. Stay in your yard. Sometimes he gets adventurous and tries to go over there. Anyway, where was I at? The water bowls. So I know that I need to get them some real water bowls for the winter. And I've seen a lot of people just using like Rubbermaid plastic containers, because you can tap out the ice. If it turns to ice, you can just tap it right out or whatever. So I'll probably just do that. Anyway, check out this rutabaga. I just now saw it. Let me turn you guys around. You see that? Right there. Look at that. Huh. It looks like this amaranth is trying to wither on me. Well, freeze anyway. I might take some of these out and transplant them into some pots and put it in the greenhouse. At least that's the plan. I plan on doing that. Hopefully I can get around to it. But standing here talking is not getting me anywhere. I need to get that bin, that big gray one there, and get this compost started. So the idea is brown, green, brown, green, brown, green. So that's the idea. So however I decide to do it, that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully that works out, because it's pretty deep and it's pretty big, and I want to try to fill like most of it up, because you need a lot of it in order for it to try to heat up. So that's the plan. And I do have just, a small pile of wood chips left. That was my second wood chip drop, and that's what's left. So I'm going to use a nice portion of that to get this compost going. And it's not compost that I need to be done. I'm not planning on using this compost anytime soon, because wood chips take forever to break down. So I'm only using this compost as a heat source. I mean, yes, it's going to take a while to break down, and I'll give it that while, but for the winter, I need this compost to be my heat source. Look at Zeke. He knows the boundaries. He just sits right at the line. Alright, I was trying to wait and to open the greenhouse because the sun has not quite peeked around those trees. But it won't be long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get in here. And we'll take a look and see what the temperature is. Huh. It's 50, which is really good, because right now it's about 30 outside. So that is a very good thing to see, that it's 50 degrees in here, and it feels actually quite comfortable in here. And I can see like condensation. So, look at the little water droplets on this kale. Isn't that cool? So this is what I was talking about. Look at how tall and like how fast this kale is growing. And it might just be that it's in this little thing and it looks bigger, but I just felt like these seedlings were doing better. So I wanted to cover those outside. Like, look at that. Everything's growing so nicely. Lettuce down here. I hope this self-pollination thing I did took. I don't know if it's even going to stay nice enough for that to grow. But anyway, I need to get started on this compost. I had to put the bin inside because I don't want to have to carry it after it gets heavy. I got buckets that I can use to transport the wood chips. So I'm gonna get this bucket full of wood chips and get that in the greenhouse. Okay, so now I have some coffee grounds I'm going to put in here. This is a nice base layer of wood chips. It's about it's about 3 inches on the bottom of wood chips. Now this is all coffee grounds, so I'm going to sprinkle this in here. Coffee grounds is a great source of nitrogen, so my wood chips are a carbon, and my coffee grounds are the nitrogen. So that's brown, and coffee grounds are considered green. Your greens are your nitrogen sources. So here are the filters from the coffee grounds, which have still some grounds in them. And that's like a brown and a green because the filters are paper. I got this apple, it's halfway rotten, so that's a green. I made apple butter the other day, and if you haven't seen the video already, then I'll probably post it after this one. But I got all the apple cores and the leftover apple peels that I boiled out to make the apple jelly. So I got all of this, plus some spaghetti squash, peels, whatever else I got in there. So I've got quite, I don't have a shovel in here, do I? I don't want to touch that. So I've got quite a few green kitchen scraps here. I'll show you guys in a second. But I'm going to spread, oh, and some banana peels. Spread those out. Try to break them up a little bit. Who knows? There's an opening in the bottom here, so this might attract some worms. Who knows? So I'll probably get a nice size bucket of leaves to put on top of these kitchen scraps. All right, so now I have a tote full of leaves, and I'm just gonna put that on top. Okay, got the rabbit manure. This is probably not going to be enough. I only got like this much in there since the last time I harvested it when I did that raised bed. But I'm going to put this in here for now. And then I'll have to probably go back and out of the worm bin, I'll get the other manure out of the worm bin. I need a shovel in here too, but I'm gonna get some more rabbit manure, and then I'll probably do another layer of leaves or maybe wood chips. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do the wood chips, and then that way that'll insulate it to keep all of that in, and you know what I mean? We'll see. But right now I need some more rabbit manure. Alright, so I got another bucket. Now this I got all out of Duncan's side on top of the worm bin. And it's got some hay in it, which is probably okay. It'll feed the compost as well. So whether that's a green or a brown, I don't know. Because I know straw is considered a brown. But this hay still looks a little green, so I'm thinking it's still a green for right now. Alright, so I got a nice layer of manure there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do wood chips on top of that. Maybe not 2 buckets this time. This time I'll just do 1 bucket. And then I'll have some space to keep adding some more coffee grounds, because I know coffee grounds is really good for starting a compost. And I'm planning on trying to reach out to one of my local coffee shops to see if I can't pick up you know, a nice load of coffee grounds from them. So right now I'm just going to add 1 more bucket of wood chips, and then I'm going to wet it down. Alright, so this is what we have so far, and it's layered. I don't even know what size tote that is. I imagine it's like a 30 something gallon, I don't know. But it's nice and high. There are holes in the sides for airflow, so there'll be some airflow in there. Plus I'm not going to cover this, so it'll have plenty of air hitting it. And there's cracks in the bottom. It's not a good tote. It's like a, you know, something I picked up on that was free or whatever, and decided that I could use it for the garden. I've had it for quite a while. So anyhow, this I need to wet it down, so I'm going to get a watering can full of some rainwater, and I'm going to water this down, and then I'm going to reach out and see if I can't get some more coffee grounds to add to this. So that's where I'm at with that. It has gotten, the sun came out and it's hitting the greenhouse, so we are at almost 70 degrees here in the greenhouse. That is amazing. So this wood chip pile, compost pile, should do me nicely when it gets late. I mean, when it gets dark and the sun goes down, and it gets really cold here in the winter. So I'm really hoping that this works out. I don't doubt that it'll work out. Compost is compost, you know. Things react. Browns react with greens, and greens with browns, and as long as you keep it the right consistency, which is no really. Oh wow, look how big this leaf is. That's crazy. That's a big leaf, isn't it? It's a really big leaf. Duncan likes leaves. Where you at, Duncan? Here you go. Here you go, boy. You want this? So I'm gonna get this watering can, and I'm gonna get this compost pile watered, and that's gonna be it for that for right now. And then I'm gonna reach out to see if I can't get some coffee grounds to add to that pile, because that'll really, really do me some good. Not to mention, my husband was cleaning his fish tank the other day, and he's got something underneath his fish tank called a protein skimmer, and basically that just skims off waste and algae and things like that from his tank. And I said, you know what? Put that in my compost. Yes, that would do my compost really good. All that algae and stuff like that. I mean, to me, it's like the same concept as using fish emulsion. Granted, you're using the whole fish, but the waste and the microorganisms and bacteria that are in a fish tank, oh yeah, it's really good for the garden. So when he was cleaning up his fish tank, I had him to dump the waste into my compost pile. So he said he'll be cleaning the tank again soon, and I told him, well, I need that waste to go into my other compost pile, the one that I'm putting in the greenhouse, and that should do it really good too. Those microorganisms will be in there feeding on all that food scraps and waste and things. So, hear those blue jays? Oh no, that's a hawk. Oh, it's a blue jay. The hawk must have came to his nest. These blue jays out here ain't no joke, I'm telling you. They will go toe to toe with them hawks. I wonder if the hawk was in the blue jay's nest, because I've seen that before. I've seen the hawk come and grab a blue jay baby, and boy, them blue jays came out so fast, chased him all the way, and he dropped the baby. But and I don't know if, what the heck is that? I don't know if it's a moth. I don't know if I want that in here. Anyhow, them blue jays will go toe to toe with them hawks. Yes, they will, for them babies. All right, so that is that. Because I don't know what he's gonna do, what kind of damage he'll do in here to my plants if he gets hungry or starts laying eggs on my plants in here. Then I'll have all those green little caterpillars in the greenhouse, which I don't need. So I guess that's gonna do it for today, guys. I do have a lot more work to do, but this video I feel like is gonna be long enough. So if I do film anything else, it'll probably be on another video. So thanks for coming along with me. Thanks for subscribing, like the video. I really have enjoyed connecting with all the great channels lately, participating in the lives that you guys have going on. I have yet to gain the confidence to do a live. So I like to participate in you guys' lives. It's fun. It's nice to chat. It's nice to connect. It's nice to find new channels. It's nice to support each other. I think it's really important that we support each other, because when we have a small channel, sometimes you just don't get the support that you need in order to keep, you know, your confidence level up, or to even feel like you want to keep doing this, you know. But I enjoy gardening. I love it. I love cooking. I love all the things that I share with you guys. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Until next time, guys, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.